2026 tax filing season changes. In today's video, the IRS has announced that individual 401 contributions has increased for tax year 2026. So make sure you stay tuned for all of the details. But before we begin, as always, welcome back, everyone. So very happy to have you back for another update. And this information is being shared from irs.gov. Let's go ahead and get started. The annual contribution limit for employees who participate in a 401k, 403b, governmental 457 plans, and the federal government Thrift Savings Plan has increased to $24,500, and that is up from $23,500 for 2025 tax year. And the limit on annual contributions to an IRA has increased to $7,500, and that is up from $7,000. The IRA catch-up contribution limit for individuals age 50 and over was amended under the Secure 2.0 Act of 2022 to include an annual cost of living adjustment increase to $1,100, up from $1,000 for tax year 2025. Also, the catch-up contribution limit that generally applies for employees age 50 and over who participate in most 401k, 403b, governmental 457 plans, and the federal government's Thrift Savings Plan is increased to $8,000, up from $7,500 for tax year 2025. Therefore, participants in most 401k, 403b, governmental 457 plans, and the federal government's Thrift Savings Plan who are 50 and older generally can contribute up to $32,500 each year starting in 2026. And under the change made in Secure 2.0, a higher catch-up contribution limit applies for employees age 60, 61, 62, and 63 who participate in these plans. And for 2026, this higher catch-up contribution limit remains at $11,250 instead of the $8,000 noted above. Also, taxpayers can deduct contributions to a traditional IRA if they meet certain conditions. If during the year either the taxpayer or the taxpayer's spouse was covered by a retirement plan at work, the deduction may be reduced or phased out until it is eliminated, depending on filing status and income. And that is if neither the taxpayer nor the spouse is covered by a retirement plan at work, the phase out of the deduction do not apply. Now let's go over some of the phase out ranges for 2026. For single taxpayers covered by a workplace retirement plan, the phase out range is increased to between $81,000 and $91,000, up from $79,000 and $89,000 for 2025. For married couples filing jointly, if the spouse making the IRA contribution is covered by a workplace retirement plan, the phased out range is increased to $129,000 and $149,000, and that is up from between $126,000 and $146,000 for 2025. And for an IRA contributor who is not covered by a workplace retirement plan and is married to someone who is covered, the phase out range is increased to between $242,000 and $252,000, up from between $236,000 and $246,000 for 2025. For a married individual filing a separate return who is covered by a workplace retirement, the phase-out range is not subject to an annual cost of living adjustment and remains between $0 and $10,000. You can find this information on irs.gov under the news section. Simply type in the search news and look for this update. And that brings us to the end of this video. Don't forget to share, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and come back for more 2026 tax filing season changes and more. Bye-bye.